Alright guys, it's the second to last week of this 2023 NFL regular season, and obviously it's playoff bananas. It's New Year's Eve. I've got 14 games to go through. This is going to be a long one, guys. Hang in there. Let's go. NFL Week 17 Sunday preview. This should be a great one. Let's go. All the playoff crap, all the games. Here we go. Welcome back to the Final NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the penultimate NFL Sunday preview. Yes, we have a big slate of games, 14 to be exact. So, yeah, basically the whole entire week. It's going to be a long one. So, again, get a drink, get whatever you need to stay in tune. Obviously, we have 10 games in the 1 o'clock window. The biggest window, I think, for a 1 o'clock game since, I don't really even remember. I think, yeah, week 2, 2020 definitely had that many games. But it's been a long time. And obviously, there's a ton to go through before we can actually get into these previews in terms of the playoffs and all this other crap. And again, some articles that give like super in-depth crap. But either way, we'll get through that with the games as well. We'll just look at the what is it called, pregame shows. NFL Game Day morning, you got like 3.5 more hours of that. Sunday NFL Countdown starts in a half an hour on ESPN. Fantasy Football Now starts again as well, half an hour on ESPN too. So if you want to get ready for that fantasy championship, maybe your last week of it, something like that, we'll get ready for that. Obviously, Fantasy Football pregame is at 11 on Peacock, goes to 1. Fox will kick off Fox on Sunday, 11 to 12 on Fox, and then that other pregame show started an hour and a half ago and goes until noon on CBS Sports Network. And the NFL Today, of course, as always, leads you to their big doubleheader at noon on CBS. Obviously, with that said, though, yeah, it's time for this playoff picture. So at the moment I'm recording this, guys, like, again, this Lions and Cowboys game hasn't gone on, so we really don't know, like, with the Niners and Eagles. If the Niners win, the Eagles and Lions lose, I'll tell you that they do get the number 1 seed, which would be good for the Rams. But we'll talk about that in a second. Obviously, Ravens-Dolphins game, that is for the 1 seed. Browns, again, they still have a slim shot of making it. These are the only 3 teams that have clinched playoff spot. Chiefs can clinch the AFC West with a win in that national window. Jaguars, again, they need to beat the Panthers. Of course, they will be without Trevor Lawrence. If they lose and the Colts and Texans win, the winner of that Colts and Texans game will win the AFC South. Bills, but again, if the Jags win, then we'll talk later. Bills, obviously, they can clinch a playoff spot. What do they? Oh, wait, never mind. All right, here we go. I'll just get into it right away, guys. These are all the clinching scenarios here going into Week 17. The Bills have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different ways to make the playoffs. The most likely one is this one: the Steelers and Bengals losing, and the Bills winning. So if you're a Bills fan, just think about it like that. Don't even I mean, this is a little more likely to Jags and Steelers losing, but if you're a Bills fan, you just want the Steelers, Bengals, and Jaguars to lose. Basically, every other team that's around you to lose. That's the best way I can put it. But yeah, there's so many different scenarios for the Bills. This is ridiculous. But meanwhile, obviously the Colts, they got Colts, Texans, Bengals, Steelers. They're all trying to stay alive. They want to win. They want their other teams to lose. Raiders and we're going to talk about the Broncos way later. But the Raiders are really the only team at 7-8 that actually has a shot. And then obviously these teams are eliminated. The other teams are tanking. All right, now look. Oh, there's no tank bowls this week too. NFC wise, I already said it. The Niners, if they win this week and the Eagles and Lions lose, again, we don't know about that Lions game, but then the Niners get the 1 seed. The Eagles, on the other hand, again, if they win out, they have a shot at getting the 1 seed too. Again, if they win, they just win, they win the division. I think that's how it would be. Lions, on their hand, they have a slimmer shot at making the 1 seed because of this Cowboys game. I don't know what's going to happen. Cowboys actually can get the 1 seed still, but yeah, that's not very likely. Keep going down again. I previewed that later, yesterday. But with the Bucs, what is it called? Obviously, they can clinch the NFC South when they win. Rams, Seahawks, basically the same type of clinching scenarios. If the Rams win and the Seahawks lose, they clinch a playoff spot. Any playoff spot at 6 or 7 seed. Seahawks clinch a playoff spot where they win, and then the Vikings and Packers tie. If that happens, which is very unlikely, but again, if it does happen, then the Seahawks have a shot to get in. I mean, then they clinch it a spot if they're able to win. If the Rams have this game tied, they're in the playoffs. Also, if they tie and the Seahawks lose, the Rams win again. This is all about Seahawks and Rams. They need to win. The Rams are able to win, and the Seahawks lose, and the Vikings and Packers tie. Very unlikely. The Rams clinch the 6th seed. That's basically it for there, and they can rush their starters next week because they'll be locked in there. Will that likely happen? Absolutely not. Vikings and Packers, loser of that game is virtually eliminated. Yeah, they are eliminated. So Vikings and Packers, winner of that game stays alive. Saints, obviously they need to beat the Bucs because, again, they are basically eliminated. Falcons, they need to beat the Bears. Bears, same type of thing. They're still at 1%, so They're very unlikely to make playoffs. Obviously, these other teams are eliminated. And I'll just talk about one thing, of course, with this Week 18 schedule. I just want to get this out there. What is it called? There are some very intriguing Week 18 games. Of course, we'll get to that for the preview next week. But I just want to say, again, that Texans and Colts game will probably be for a playoff spot next week. The Jags and Titans game might even be that. Again, Chiefs-Chargers could be for the division even. Of course, not for the Chargers, but that. Raiders-Broncos could be too. This game will be intriguing if the Eagles somehow lose to the Cardinals. Bears-Vikings, Bears, Packers, Vikings, Lions could be if we have a playoff spot. Bucs, Panthers, Falcons, Saints could be interesting, but most likely not. We'll see, though, obviously. 49ers, Rams is probably the, the 3 games you got to worry about for next week if you're thinking about ahead. 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals is very interesting, too, but 49ers, Rams, where is it? Texans, Colts, and Bills, Dolphins. Those are your 3 big games. The Ravens and Steelers game is also very intriguing, but just because, again, the Ravens might rest their starters in Week 18, it's not as big. So, again, the Browns and Bengals game could only be important for the Bengals, too. So, the game that is important for both teams, obviously the Jets and Patriots game is the one game, but that's the take bowl. Bills, Dolphins, where is it? 49ers, Rams, Colts, Texans. Those are the 3 games. Again, technically, the Texans and Colts game might not matter, but those are your games you got to watch out for. And that's really all I got for you guys with this, guys. Again, that was a ton of mouthful to talk about. That is all I got for the playoff picture going into Week 17. Again, the whole breakdown was right there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, replay it, whatever you need to. But that's what I got for you guys going into this Sunday. Let's get right into our first game. Patriots Bills, one of 10 games in the 1 o'clock window. Here we go. Alright guys, we do have the conclusion of this Patriots and Bills series here in 2023. Obviously, Patriots coming in at 4-11 off of a win that sent the Broncos into whatever the hell they're doing now. But they, of course, are 4-11 against the Bills, who, of course, are 9-6. Red hot winners of 3 in a row. They did not look too confident against the Los Angeles Chargers, but they still won. So, yeah, obviously they win, and there's like 8 other scenarios, but there's a chance they do clinch a playoff spot this week. But I don't think they're just thinking about that. They're thinking about Miami next week. So for the Bills, you're praying for Baltimore to win, and you really want to have a chance next week for the division. Patriots, I mean, you kind of can spoil with a win. Also, how about the Chiefs? So yeah, Patriots might want to continue to play spoiler. Again, their season's over. The game's at 1 o'clock on CBS, NFL Plus, and Paramount Plus are your streaming services for this game. Of course, Bailey Zappi is leading the Patriots, so we'll see how that goes. Announcing this game will be Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, Melanie Collins. So CBS's B team. So it should be a good group, obviously, considering this game might be a little entertaining. Looking at the map, it is in blue. You've got all of the New England getting this game, and for some reason random scattered parts of Wyoming. I don't know why, but I guess that's what they're doing now. Buffalo, though, 36 degrees, no wind. It's gonna be cloudy, so yeah, it's not gonna be too bad. It could be a little cold, but that's really about it. Obviously, these 2 teams played in Buffalo back in Week 18 last year, where the Patriots sent them home. Were sent home by the Bills. Of course, Josh Allen threw a couple bombs in that game. Of course, there was 2 kickoff returns by Naheem Hines. Really hoping to come back next year. Obviously, it was all for Damar Hamlin. After that tragic injury. We're not injury. What do you even call that? Tragedy. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that is really what I got for this game. Obviously, the Patriots gotten demolished in Buffalo the past 2 times they've gone. I don't think they want to come back here, but who knows? Maybe this game is an upset. With all that said, though, time for the Patriots starting lineup. For the Patriots, Bailey Zappi running the offense. Mac Jones is his backup. Zeke and Kevin Harrison backfield with Ramondre Stevenson, Kendrick Bourne, Trey Nixon, Tyron Wheatley Jr., Calvin Anderson, Riley Reeve, Cole Strange, Daniel Akili, I don't know how to pronounce that. Matt Judon, Therese Hall, Raekwon McMillan, Isaiah Bolden, Marcus Jones, Christian Gonzalez. All those dudes are on IR. Devontae Parker, Demario Douglas, Jalen Reagor, receiver with Juju out. And Matthew Slater questionable. Hunter Henry's questionable at tight end. Mike Gesicki is the other tight end. Trent Brown, Atani Mafi, David Andrews, City Snow, Mike Onwenu across the offensive line. Jiguai Jr., Devon Godshot, and Lawrence Guy Sr. across the defensive line. Christian Barmore is questionable, and Fernie Jenkins is questionable off the edge, as well as Josh Uche and Marte Mapu there. Wait, how did Christian Ellis end up on them? I swear he was, yeah, he was the Eagles. Oh, I'm thinking of, the Caden Ellis. Yeah, they're basically the same play. Wait, aren't they brothers? I swear they are. Yeah, they're both brothers. That's crazy. I don't know why they pronounce their name like that, but okay. He's definitely a backup though. But yeah, he's there, I guess. That's cool. All the starting guys in secondary, literally all of them are questionable. All of them, like from Jabril Peppers all the way to Jonathan Jones. Obviously, Jalen Mills and Adrian Phillips are competent backup players, though. Marco Wilson and Alex Austin are the only healthy corners. Again, that's not good. Chad Ryan is their kicker, at least. Bryce Behringer is their punter. Again, DeMario Douglas could be doing the returning with Miles Bryant questionable. Jalen Reagor is their other returner, and Joe Cardona is their long snapper. And for Buffalo, Josh Allen at quarterback, Kyle Owens his backup, James Cook and Latavius Murray, both Ty Johnson. Can't forget about him in the backfield. Damian Harris, Justin Shorter, Zach Davidson, Tommy Doyle, Jordan Phillips, Daquan Jones, Tre'Davious White, Matt Milano. Yeah, I think those guys are on IR. As well as Devon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Khalil Shakir at receiver, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox at tight end, Reggie Gilliam at fullback, Deion Dawkins, David Morse. Basically, yeah, your normal offensive line, guys. This is the one part of your team that's been healthy the whole year. Greg Rousseau, Von Miller, and Leonard Floyd off the edge. Shaq Lawson will get in there a little bit too. Who's Kingsley Jonathan? I've never heard of this dude. Oh, cool. He's a UDFA. No, Syracuse sucks. AJ Epinez is questionable. Ed Oliver, Tim Settle are your defensive tackles. Of course, the Senior Citizens Home of Linval and Puna Ford are their backups. Are your backups, my bad. Tyrell Dotson, Terrell Bernard, Dorian Williams are your linebackers. Teron Johnson, Rasul Douglas, Christian Benford, and DeMar Hamlin's questionable for this game. I bet he'll play, though. Jordan Boyer and Micah Hyde at safety. Tyler Bass is kicker. Sam Martin is your punter. Deontay Hardy, Ty Johnson are your returners. And Reed Ferguson is your long snapper. And for the Patriots offense, Zappy consistently getting to his third read over the middle on third down. Yeah, it's more on third down than any down for him because again, first and second down, he won't get as much pressure on him. That's just how the Bills roll. So if Zappy's able to hit those throws, especially under pressure, he'll be fine. Zeke, 15 plus touches. Get him the ball on the outside, whatever you can. He's really got some juice right now. And again, he's got actually kind of fresh legs. Get him the football. And DeMario Douglas, 3 plus targets, over 15 air yards. He's the only guy creating any separation. So, I mean, like, downfield might be a good idea because your offense won't consistently actually move it without making mistakes. Defensively now, Jonathan Jones, 5 plus snaps, winning in man. Again, if he does play, he's got to be able to win in the slot in man because, again, it's crucial for him. If he can't win in man, they're going to know he's playing zone, and he's just going to get picked apart over the top of him, or they're going to force him to make tackles in the open field, which, of course, he does sometimes struggle with. Don't let Josh extend to the right and torch you guys like last year. He had 2 bombs like that. Just don't let that happen. Of course, that really lost you guys the game, despite, of course, Mac Jones' 3 interceptions. And under 30 allowed. Again, if the Patriots don't give up 30 points, they might have a shot. They gave up under 30 last time they played back in week 7. I mean, I'm not expecting Bailey Zappi to play like Mac Jones did that week. So, yeah. But still, if they're able to keep him under 30, they might have a shot. Now let's talk about the Bills. All right, for Buffalo, 40-plus points. Yeah, it's time for an outburst. Get the ball to James Cook, of course. 150 scrimmage yards would be nice. And Stephon Diggs, 107 targets. Save him for next week. Yeah, if Stephon Diggs is going to have a career game, it's got to be next week. And get the ball get out to an early lead so you don't need to be struggling into the late fourth quarter. Defensively now, continue to use the multiple different sets to fit the run, and gain leverage pre-snap. Again, it's really hard for a defense to do, but they've been able to do it the past couple weeks. Of course, that's why they've been able to run the ball as much as they've wanted to for this Bills offense. It's because this defense is getting off the field quick. Because, again, teams are not running the ball successful on first down without again gaining that leverage. Because, again, the best way to run the football is getting bigger gaps through having your offensive line be in sets that are going to give them or be in more advantageous situations post snap. Of course, the Bills defense, if they're able to do the exact same thing and maybe manipulate that offensive line a little more, they might have a shot to get some big hits on the running back. Make sure Tyler Dotson is covering the back out on swing patterns too. You can't give up any big plays like last week, and no long drives allowed. I'm talking like 10 plays over 6-7 minutes. They just can't give that up. I'd rather have them give them a big play touchdown because their offense could answer right back. And with that, that's all I got for the Bills, guys. Let's get into our next game. Yeah, Raiders and Colts. Of course, this was deja vu from 2 years ago. Alright, guys. Yep, the Raiders and Colts, of course, these teams played back in Week 17 2 years ago. We'll get more into that in a second. But obviously, this year, the Raiders still have a shot to make the playoffs. Yes, it's very slim. And actually winning the AFC West, which would be bananas. Of course, their head coach, Antonio Pierce, is coaching for his job. Of course, he should get it anyway. But, yeah, this Raiders team is playing as hard as they can, despite their offense's struggles. Of course, coming at 7-8 off of the game where they had 2 defensive touchdowns for the second straight week. And that led them to a win over the Chiefs. Of course, Zamir White ran for over 140 yards, I think, in that win. They're, of course, 7-8 coming in. Colts 8-7. Yeah, coming off an ugly loss. They've had 2 ugly losses on the road their past couple games. Of course, in between those 2 ugly losses, they had a home win over the Steelers by 3 scores. They're going to have to look to do that again here today to keep their playoff hopes alive. I very well think they could win it against Houston next week, but that all does not matter if they're not able to beat the Raiders this week. Again, they have no head-to-heads over the Jaguars, though, so that sucks for them. But, of course, coming in at 8-7, again, need a bounce-back win like they got a couple weeks ago. Looking at the announcers for this game, Andrew Catalan, Tiki Barber, Matt Ryan, AJ Ross. It is one of their CBS's B teams. Sports US Radio is Josh Apple and James White on the call. With looking at the map, you have it in green. So you've got the western part in the whatever the heck, this part of Nevada. You've got that of California. Then you've got the Indy area, or Indianapolis area. Not Indianapolis area, Indiana area, whatever you want to call it, something like that. But obviously, the big story about these two teams is that the Raiders sent the Colts really out of the playoffs, because again, the Colts could have clinched a playoff spot back in 2021. But the Raiders were able to win that one 23-20 and propel themselves into the playoffs, of course. That game was crazy. Maybe the Raiders play spoiler again, even if their shot at making the playoffs might be less. Yeah, this is the type of game for the Raiders that if they're able to win, it would, again, deja vu from 2021. It probably could happen again. Again, Colts, again, week 17, same type of scenario, same place, different quarterbacks, obviously. But, yeah, time for the Raiders starting lineup. For the Raiders, Aiden O'Connell, quarterback, Jimmy G's backup. Of course, Josh Dickens is still doubtful. You got Zamir White and Amir Abdul in the backfield. Devontae, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Hunter Renfrow at receiver. Michael Mayer is out, so Austin Hooper will start at tight end. Jesper Horsted, Dolan Wagner, this dude, and Darian Butler are on IR. With Colin Miller, Dylan Parham, the center being Andre James and Jermaine Alumnor, the right tackle, are both questionable. Jordan Meredith will probably start at center. Andre James can't go, and Thayer Munford Jr., of course, really their only backup tackle, could start there. Again, Greg Van Roten is their right guard. Max Crosby, Mahcooked scores with 3 sacks last week, and Tyree Wilson off the edge. Bilal Nichols, Jerry Tillery are their defensive tackles. Devon Diablo, Robert Spillane, Luke Masterson are their linebackers. Nate Hobbs, Tyler Hall, Jack Jones, Amik Robertson at corner. Trayvon Moehrig and Marcus Epps are their safeties. Daniel Carlson is their kicker. AJ Cole is their punter. DeAndre Carter is their returner. And Jacob Bobenweier is their long snapper. And for Indy, Gardner Minshew at quarterback. What is it called? Anthony Richardson, Isaiah McKenzie, Ashton Dolan, and Danny Pinter, Jake Wedge, Renard Avery, Titus Leo, Tony Brown, Daniel Scott, Dallas Flowers. Those and Julian Blackman. Those guys are on IR. JT, Zach Moss is still out. Trey Sermon will probably be the backup. Michael Pittman Jr. and DJ Montgomery both questionable. Michael Pittman Jr. of course still dealing with shoulder injuries, shoulder crap. But again, he practiced the past few days, so my guess is he'll play. Alec Pierce, Josh Downs are your receivers, as well as Kyle Granson and Will Malroy. He played last week at tight end. Bernard Raymond, Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, Braden Smith is questionable. Blake Freeland behind him at tackle. Quiddy Pay, Samson Ebicom, Dale Dingbo, Taquan Lewis off the edge. Forrest Buckner, Tavon Bryan, defensive tackle. EJ Speed, Zaire Franklin, and Ronnie Harrison Jr. at linebacker. Kenny Moore's questionable. Amir Speed, Jalen Jones, Juju Brents also at corner, as well as Rodney Thomas and Nick Cross at safety. Cameron Negron is also questionable, the third string edge rusher. Oh, my bad, linebacker. Matt Gay as your kicker, your punter is Rigoberto Sanchez. Josh Downs is your returner, and Luke Rhodes is your long snapper. All right, for this Raiders offense, Ian's gonna have to make some big throws downfield. It's gotta happen, bro. I don't care if it's some loop-de-doop deep ball. He's got to be able to throw the ball downfield. If he's not able to, the Colts are just gonna sit underneath, and their offense is not gonna move the football. Hunter Renfrow, 10+ catches. That might seem ludicrous, but all right. This was the game, right? Yeah, there we go. All right. Hunter Renfrow, 7 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. He's going to probably need more than that to actually beat the Raiders this week, the Colts this week, get him the football. And they're going to have 175 team rushing yards, more than Hunter Renfrow. I don't care. Just get him 10 close catches, and I think they could actually have a really good chance there. And of course, they're going to have to run the football too. Defensively, though, feast on some of the underneath throws from Gardner. Again, if he doesn't see anything he likes over the middle or, again, over the top, he's going to just throw it underneath. You'll have a lot of chances to pick passes off there. Make JT play from trying to run over dudes for first downs. You want him to earn it. You don't want him to have to, again, if he has some open holes, you're not stopping him. And win on 4th down, again, that's over 60%. Just don't give up any crucial 4th downs for touchdowns or anything. Just be somewhat decent there. Now let's look at the Colts. And for Indy, big plays are your friend, of course. Don't just try to hit the underneath stuff. Again, your offense looked just blech last week. Run some RPOs with an option read from Pittman on 3rd down. Again, if he plays, again, you don't want to get clacked over the middle, but he's got to get some of those throws last week. They were really missing him last week. Again, a guy you can just throw the ball over the middle to big target and actually do something on 2nd and short. Please, for God, Ben, stop trying to run the ball first downs. They're just going to stop it. That's what they've been doing the past couple weeks. Take a shot, do something like that. Because, again, 3rd down, you've been good. Defensively, though, DeForest Buckner, 5+ pressures. He's got to get back into it. Juju Brents, knowing he'll have inside help from Kenny on basically every long yardage down. If Kenny Moore doesn't play, Juju Brents has to be a lot more conservative. But if he doesn't have to try worry about getting beat over the middle. Because, again, it's going to happen sometimes, bro. Just don't get beat over the top on the outside because that'll kill you. And, of course, at least 6+ negative runs on 1st down. They've got to own that what was it called, running down. You look at the Chiefs last week; they were able to do that, and then the Raiders got some really good opportunities from that. They got to really make it hard on the Raiders to what is it called, make up for some bad runs on first down. That's their key. Again, make it hard for them on first down. You'll be fine. All right, Panthers and Jaguars. Here we go. Alright guys, the 2-13 Carolina Panthers look for a big upset against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are in free fall. Of course, losers of 4 in a row off of the embarrassing blowout 30-12 loss at the hands of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, CJ Beathard will start for the Jaguars this week. Trevor Lawrence will miss his first career start. Panthers, of course, coming off a loss to the Green Bay Packers by 3 points, in which Bryce Young had by far his best career game so far. Yeah, this game, it's crossroads for both these teams. Of course, Panthers, I don't know. They're with a win and a loss and a Cardinals win. The Bears will have the number 1 pick. But whatever. This game will be at 1 o'clock on CBS. NFL Plus and Paramount Plus are your streaming services for this game. Looking at the announcers for it, you've got Spiro Diaz, Adam Archuleta, and DT King Kambala. So you bet it's a C game. Looking at the map, it is in yellow. Not much of the country. You got most of North Carolina, most of South Carolina, basically all of North Carolina. And, of course, northern Florida and very southern part of Georgia getting this game. The weather in Duval, over 59 degrees, a little bit of wind, 6 miles per hour, and sunny. So, should be decent weather for this game. Of course, these two teams last played way back in 2019, way over 4 years ago, in in Charlotte, where the Panthers won 34-27. Gardner Minshew was the quarterback then, and obviously the Panthers had Kyle Allen that game. So, basically both backups. But, yeah, that's what I got for this game, guys. Let's go right into the Panthers starting lineup. For the Panthers, Bryce Young at quarterback, Andy Dalton's his backup, Chuba Miles Sanders in the backfield, Adam Thielen, Jonathan Mingo, DJ Chark Jr. receiver, Laviska Shenault, Giovanni Ricci, Brady Christensen, Justin McCray, Chandler Zavala, Austin Corbett, Henry Anderson, Chandler Wooden, something like that, Shaq Thompson, Claudius Chervelis, Luigi, I don't know how to pronounce that, Amari Barno, the Carpio Boodle, those guys, yeah, I think they're on IR. What is it called? Tommy Trevor, Stephen Sullivan at tight end. Ikem Ekwonu, who's questionable, so David Sharp could start at left tackle. Cade Mays, Bradley Bozeman, Gabe Jackson, Taylor Moen round out their offensive line. Deshaun Williams, Shy Tuttle, Derek Brown, other defensive linemen with Brian Burns, Jaturgos Vatos, and DJ Johnson off the edge. Marcus Haynes Sr. and Frankie Louvu are both questionable at edge and linebacker. Deion Jones, more likely Cam Hill will probably start if Frankie Louvu can't go, though. Dante Jackson, Jeremy Chin at corner with Troy Hill out. Shaq Griffin, you could see. Again, he's been on all the teams. J.C. Lawrence also questionable. Xavier Woods and Von Bell at safety. Eddie Pinheiro is their kicker. Johnny Hecker is their punter. Amir Smith-Dorsett, Rasheed Blackshear are their returners, and J.G. Jansen is their long snapper. And for the Jaguars, you have Trevor out. So, yeah, CJ Beathard will be in quarterback, of course, breaking Trevor Lawrence's starting streak. He has never missed a game. This will be his first. Travis Etienne Jr., Juniorus Johnson in the backfield. Calvin Ridley, Zay Jones is questionable. Parker Washington, Jamal Agnew at receiver. Jalen Moore, Christian Kirk, Cooper Hodges, Ventrell Miller, Daniel Thomas, Christian Braswell. Those dudes are on IR. Evan Ingram, Luke Farrell at tight end. Walker Little, Earth from Cleveland. Tyler Shatley, Brandon Sharp, Anton Harrison are your offensive linemen. Adam Gotsis, Lorenzo Faticasi, Roy Robertson Harris are your defensive linemen. Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker, Shaq Quarterman off the edge, as well as Wayne Smoot. Foyce Littlecon, Devin Lloyd are your linebackers with Tyson Campbell, Trey Herndon, and Darius Williams at corner. Andre Sisco and Rayshon Jenkins are your safeties. Your kickers, Brandon McMahon, your punters, Logan Cook. Jamal Agnew is your returner, and Ross Matajic is your long snapper. Alright, for the Panthers offense, booster seat, Bryce using the boost to give the Jags a 5th straight loss. Yeah, this is actually kind of realistic. I know Bryce Young has never won a road game, but yeah, this is the game that he can. Schumer for over 150 on the ground, too. They're going to have a big day from him. Again, you look at their best offensive outputs. He's having a decent day. Get him the football. Defensively, though, JC 65+% in man. Again, he's questionable, but this defense plays a lot better when you don't have to worry about the number 1 receiver. That's JC's job. Able to tackle some Frankie Louvu. Again, he's got to be more effective against the run. He was great last year, but he just hasn't really gotten back to that this year. This is the type of game where, again, he can support. That would be big. And Brian Burns doing something to change the game late. I don't care what he has to do, whether it's a strip sack, I don't know, fight, something. Get something going, bro. Now let's look at the Jaguars. And for the Jaguars offense, 15-plus points in the first half. They're going to have to score, get out to a nice lead, because, again, if they're not able to, I don't have much confidence in this offense moving the football in the second half. Trevor or not, my bad. That's something like that. Let me fix that. Trevor or not. There we go. CJ not. Trevor or not, CJ not. Yeah, whatever that means. Trevor or not, CJ can't. This is a mess. There we go. Can't turn the ball over, bro. The quarterbacks, come on, guys. This is one of the reasons you guys have been losing games. Pretty simple. Miscommunication. Holy crap, guys. Guys running an out route, throw the ball to him. I get the fact, man, the receivers ran the wrong route. Throw the ball. Adjust. Holy, it's crap. It's not that hard. And obviously, Travis Etienne has to have a big day. Efficiency is probably the biggest thing with him, though. Defensively, both corners being physical off the gun. Again, if they're not able to be any physical, like present anything, these Panthers receivers are just going to get underneath on them and maybe even break some tackles. Foyesale Lugan taking charge of late downs to put the defense in the best spots possible. Again, they're in the right alignment. I have a hard time seeing how they'll blow it and get a ton of sacks. So I mean, it's possible. This Panthers offensive line is trash. And that's really all I got for the Jaguars, guys. Yep, let's get into our next game, Falcons and Bears. And the Falcons will head to Chicago for the first time since, I think, like 2017. It's been a long time. No, yeah, it was 2017. But, of course, the Falcons are facing playoff elimination if they're not able to win this game. Technically, still, they have to make the playoffs despite it being pretty slim. Technically, I think they can actually get in as a wild card, too. Whatever. They're 7-8 coming into this game. Bears are 6-9. Nice. I'll tell you, they can technically still make the playoffs even though it's 1%. First off, they need to win out. They need the Seahawks and the Rams to lose out. They need the Falcons to beat the Saints next week. They need the Bucs to beat the Saints this week. They need the Vikings to beat the Packers. They need the Lions to beat the Vikings. And yeah, I think that's how they get it. Yeah, I think it's like 10 things that need to happen. It's pretty ridiculous. But that's how they get into the 7th seed. They can't get into the 6th seed, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think, no, they're not getting into the 6th seed. Wait, they might with the Packers. Whatever, though. No, wait, they wouldn't. This game is at 1 o'clock on CBS, NO Plus, and Paramount Plus. So, yeah, this is the last regional CBS game at 1 o'clock. We're previewing for this week. So, yeah, of course, the Falcons coming off a win over the Colts by 19 points. Yeah, it was pretty dominating win. Best game of their season so far. Bears, again, nice, 6-9. They're coming off a win against the Cardinals in a tank poll. So, I guess that's how it is. Looking at the announcers, though, you have Chris Lewis, Jason Cordy, Ross Tucker, Amanda Renner. Yeah, it is CBS's 7th theme. So, yeah, they have a lot of games, and it's no surprise that's what it's going to be. So, if you're a Texans fan, too, yeah, they're enforcing a blackout. So, if you live here in Houston, I feel bad for you. But, looking at it, though, it is in orange. You've got northern part of Illinois. You've got all of, basically down in the bayou. And then you also have Georgia that's getting this game. The weather in Chicago, it's going to be exactly freezing, a lot of wind, and cloudy. So, yeah. Again, they haven't played here since 2017. That's when Matt Ryan was the quarterback. I'm going to be honest, I forgot the score of that game. What was it, 2017? The Falcons won 23-17. I remember, Austin Hooper had like an 80-yard touchdown. It was crazy. Last time they met, like, in general, though, was back in 2020. That game was crazy. The Bears were up 26-10, and then they blew, Falcons were up 26-10. That was in their phase, like, again, 2020. Like COVID year, when they were just completely like blowing games left and right, and that's exactly what happened. They blew a 16-point lead in the 4th quarter. Nick Foles came in, and yeah, Justin Fields. That's what I got for this game, guys. Time for the Falcons starting lineup. And for ATL, what the hell? Taylor at quarterback. Desmond is his backup. Bijan, Tyler Algier, Cordero Patterson in the backfield. Avery Williams, Josh Alley, Ethan Greenidge, and the fullback Keith Matt Hennessy. Contavious Street, Grady Jarrett, Adekunbo Ogundenji, Troy Anderson. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name still. Those dudes are on IR. Drake Lennon, Van Jefferson, Kadarius Hodge, Matt Collins, a receiver, Kyle Pitts at tight end, as well as Janu Smith, my bad. Jake Matthews, Matthew Bergeron, Drew Dahlman, Christian Lindstrom, Chris Lindstrom, my bad. Storm Norton, again, Caleb McGarry's questionable at right tackle. Calais Campbell, David Onyemata, Albert Hawkins across the defensive line. Lorenzo Carter, Bud Dupree, D'Angelo Malone, bleh. Arnold Ibikidi off the edge. Nate Landman, Caden Ellis at linebacker. AJ Terrell, D. Alfred, Jeff Okudah, Clark Phillips III at corner. He's been a stud this year. Jesse Bates III, DeMarco Holmes at corner. They drafted this guy at number 224, and he's starting for them. That's ridiculous, guys. That's just the simple truth about it. Yeah, Richard Grant, bro, you kind of suck. I mean, he's terrible in coverage, so it kind of makes sense. 2nd round pick, yeah, bust. Not there. Whatever, though. Yanoku is their kicker. Bradley Pinion's their punter. Cordell Patterson's the returner, bro. D. Alford, how old are you? Oh, yeah, my bad. I was thinking of Robert Alford. Whatever. He's their punt returner, and Liam McColl's their long snapper. And for the Bats, Justin Fields, the quarterback. Tyson Bagent is his backup, or Bajan. I still don't know his name. Khalil Herbert, Dante Foreman, and Roshan Johnson in the backfield. DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney's out. Equinemius St. Brown, Tyler Scott at receiver. Joe Reed, Yannick Ngakoue. Oh, damn. They only have 2 guys on IR. Yeah, they're going to the Super Bowl. All right. Cole Kmet's questionable. Robert Tonyan behind him. Kyrie Blasingame is your fullback. Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, your center is questionable. So, I mean, Dan Feeney could start. Nate Davis and Darnold right across the rest of the offensive line. DeMarcus Walker, Montez Sweat, Dominique Robertson, Rasheem Green off the edge with Andrew Billings and Justin Jones at defensive tackle. Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Jack Sanborn are your linebackers with Jalen Johnson, Terrell Smith, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon at corner. Eddie Jackson, Jaquan Brisker are your safeties. Cairo Santos, of course, getting that extension is your kicker. Your punter is Trenton Gill. Trent Taylor and Tyler Scott are your returners, and Patrick Scales is your long snapper. Alright, for the Falcons offense, I want Taylor to manage the game, and that's it. Bro, if it's third down, don't do too much, throw it away, bro. Again, unless it's like the last play of the game, don't try to step up too much. Again, this offense is good enough for you to just do what you need to. Drake London with a touchdown catch as well. 200 plus total rushing yards. Again, they gotta have a good game on the ground if they want to move the ball on this offense, on this defense. And 20 plus touchdowns, points with 3 plus team touchdowns. I don't care how they do it, but yeah, offensively 3 plus touchdowns and over 20 points. Defensively, Dane Justin with a conservative game plan with Caden. You don't want Caden Ellis blitzing left and right. Again, that's how you get burned by Justin. Again, if he's containing him, and you can probably even get a sack off of it too. David Onyemata has the ball out. Again, just completely just making play left and right. Getting off blocks. It's really the one thing you got to get from him. If you can do that, this defensive line will go bananas. And Arlen McKinney, 60+% win rate on speed shots from the blind side. He's been really good with those the past couple weeks, but he's got to be able to win with those more consistently. Because, again, if he can get around the edge fast enough, Justin Hill's going to have to push over and then get in that. That's where David Onyemata comes in to make those plays. Now let's look at the Bears. Alright, for this Bears offense, Roschon Johnson, 30 carries. Getting the ball a ton, guys. I'm not even kidding. Like, in this weather, Roschon, no one will want to tackle him. TJ continuing to get work to that 1,300-yard mark. He's got 2 games to do. Again, he doesn't have to pop off, but a solid day will give him a shot at getting there. And Justin going through his reads without having to drop his eyes. If he drops his eyes once, he's not going to be able to get back into it. Because, again, he's a rhythm passer. If he doesn't have anything to throw it with, he's screwed. Bears defense, Jalen Johnson, sub 60 rating against when he's on Kyle Pitts. He's got to be able to cover him better. Again, when he's on him, he's got to make sure that, again, no big plays over the middle and stuff like that. Aggressive, exotic blitzes whenever you feel like it, because no one can, who cares? Again, you have nothing to lose. Like, again, there's a 1% chance to make the playoffs. But blitz the hell out of him, who knows what will happen. And obviously, Montez getting 6 plus pressures. One-on-one, got to win those and get to the quarterback. That is all I got for the Bears, guys. Now let's get into the other games, Titans and Texans. Here we go. Alright, and we've got a battle in the AFC South where the 5-10 Titans, who are basically done, like, guys, they're cooked. Maybe they go into Houston and play spoiler against a Texans team that is hopeful in these past 2 games. Of course, they've had a couple struggles past couple weeks, but again, they are hopeful they can get in. Of course, this is going to be their last home game of the year, looking to finish out strong. Titans, of course, coming in at 5-10 off of guys, why didn't you just beat the Seahawks? It's not that hard. Obviously, though, again, tough loss there. Of course, Ryan Tannehill took like 6 sacks. For the Texans, though, they're coming off a loss too against the why am I brain farting? Oh wait, no, still I don't know who they played last week. Browns. They got blown out by the Browns last week. But good news, CJ Stroud should be back. So yeah, that'll be good. Announcing this game will be Adam Amin, Mark Tlereth, and Christina Pink. So I guess it's a B game kind of. Again, it's on Fox Sports app, and NFL Plus. Again, it's at 1 o'clock, as all these games are. Looking at the map, though, it will be in teal. You've got basically all the southern part of Texas, and then also like this area of Tennessee. So basically the Tennessee area, kinda. And obviously, though, with the Titans, Derrick Henry, last 3 games he's played against the Texans, he has gone for over 200 yards in Houston. Houston for sure. Again, look, last year he dominated. Again, 2 of those games got them to the playoffs. So, again, if you're a Titans fan, you know how Derrick Henry plays here. Maybe just one last time he's able to do that. Knock off a division rival. That's what they want to do here. Of course, last year when they played here, won 17-10 with a backup quarterback only completing like 5 passes. So, who knows what will happen in this one, but should be a fun one. Time for the Titans starting lineup. Okay, my bad about the announcers, guys. It's actually Chris Myers, Jen Hill, and, Robert Smith. They're going to be calling the game, so yeah, my bad about that. It is a C game instead of a B game. Whatever, though, for the Titans, Will Levis is back at quarterback. Derek and Tajee Spears in the backfield. Hassan Haskins, Kyrus Jackson, Nick Westbrook, Nicholas Frere, Jeffrey Simmons, Shaquille Brown, Kyle Pecco, Joe Jones, Jack Gibbons, Luke Gifford, Chance Campbell, Christian Fulton, and, Ryan Stonehouse, Julius Chestnut, and Amani Hooker are all on IR, with Traylon Burks, DeAndre Hopkins, Chris Moore, Kyle Phillips, the receiver, Chizakonkwo, tight end, Josh Wiley's questionable, Trayvon Wesco also there, Jalen Duncan, Peter Skoronski, Aaron Brewer, Daniel Brunskill, and Dylan Rollins across the offensive line. TK McClendon Jr. will start left defensive end with Marlon Davidson questionable. Jaleel Johnson and Nico Autry round out that defensive line. Harold Landry, Arden Key off the edge with Aziz Al-Shire, Garrett Wallow, what is called at linebacker. Sean Murphy-Bunting, Raj McCure, Eric Garror at corner. Trey Avery's questionable. Caleb Farley's out. Kayvon Wallace, Elijah Molden are their safeties. Their kicker is Nick Falk. Their punter is Ty Zenter. Eric Garror and Tajay Spears are the returners, and Morgan Cox is their long snapper. And for Houston, C.J. Stroud at quarterback. Case Keenum's his backup. Devin Singletary, Damian Pierce in the backfield. Nico Collins, Noah Brown, Robert Woods a receiver. Jesse Matthews, Tank Dell, Troy Harrison, Tegan Quinteriano, J.J. Scafee Jr., Titus Howard, Kendrick Green, Kenyon Green, Jarrett Patterson, and Killian Zaire, I think. Those guys are on IR. Hassan Ridgeway, MJ Stewart Jr., MJ Stewart, I guess now. Jimmy Ward, Eric Murray, Graylin Arnold, and Tavarius Thomas are on IR with Donald Schultz, Brevin Jordan, tight end. Andrew Becker, fullback, is questionable. Larry Tunsil, Juice Scruggs, Michael Dieter, Shaq Mason, and Charlie Heck across the offensive line. All three defensive linemen are questionable, so again, the backups could start. Dylan Horton's also still on the PUP list. Jonathan Grenard's also out off the edge, so again, Jerry Hughes is projected probably to start. More likely Derek Burnett. We'll see, though. Christian Harris, Denzel Perryman, Blake Cashman are all healthy at linebacker with Steven Nelson being questionable. You got Kader Holman behind him. Derek Stingley Jr. and, Desmond King are your corners. Again, Chris Boyd or D'Angelo Ross. One of those guys will probably be the third guy. As well as Jalen Petrie and Kareem Jackson at safety. Your kicker is, Jaime Fairbairn, your punters, Cameron Johnson, Desmond King, and Damian Pierce are your returners, and John Weeks is your long snapper. Alright, this Tennessee offense will not blowing out his ankle, so he isn't ready for training camp next July. That's probably the biggest thing. Please, no one get hurt. Derek actually doing something expected in 2023. What he does in Houston. Again, he's really never, everything this year's been unexpected with him. Of course, just a huge step back for Derrick Henry. I mean, not huge, but he's not obviously the same player. But, yeah, if Derrick Henry can do something expected, I don't know, going into Houston and doing what he did last year, the year before that, and then, not the year before that, the year before that, that would be big. For the Titans, commit to blitzing on third of Roger. He's hot in the slot. What I mean by hot is, he's gotten a lot of reps. He's made a couple nice plays. You have confidence in him. Again, commit to the blitz. And give Harold some optimal run fit so he doesn't have to, shed 4 blocks to set the edge. He's had to do that the past couple weeks. Again, he's a great player. Again, maybe not as good this year as he was in the past, but he's still been good against the run. You can't have him having to do that. Again, no one's able to. And again, he'll get slowed down a lot. He won't have the same value. When it comes to the burst, he'll have off the edge otherwise. Now let's look at the Texans. And for Houston, TJ needs to play. He's playing. Devin Singletary, 15 plus carries. Give him some carries. Obviously, some early ones would be nice too. And Nico has to get 10 plus targets so the offense can get rolling. Again, if Nico Collins is the centerpiece, his offense is always a lot better. Getting the football. Meanwhile, the defense, Derek Stingley regaining a little confidence after last week. Yeah, it was rough for him. Again, he did have an interception. Yeah, he did. But obviously, the safeties didn't help him again. A big bounce back would be nice for him. Stack the box whenever Derek is gonna get the ball. Again, it's pretty simple when he does. Again, it's gonna be a stretch formation. Just get in there for him and show up in the red zone so that it's not 40-20 going into the fourth quarter. Again, if they're not good in the red zone, the Titans are going to control the clock. They're going to have some long touchdowns too to go along with it. So, if you're this defense, you got to be good in the red zone. Now let's get the 49ers Commanders. Oh god, this is going to be ugly. Alright guys, we do have the most lopsided game of the week as the angry 49ers led by Brock Purdy look to bounce back in a big way going into FedEx Field. Again, no one wants to lose a leg, but we'll see if that happens. Commanders, of course, coming in at 4-11. They are the worst team in the league. Losers of 6 in a row. I mean, not the worst team in the league. They're playing like it, though. Yeah, they crap. But they almost came back last week, so, yeah. Of course, Sam Howell has stunk, been god-awful the past 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks. And, obviously, that has probably blown his chance of starting next year. So, they put in Jacoby Brissett, who has been, ace, I guess, a closer. One of the best closers in the league in relief the past 2 weeks, but obviously we'll see if he can play. But yeah, if he does play, maybe they'll have a shot. No, they don't. But the Niners obviously played the Ravens last week in that Christmas massive game. Whole world was watching, and yeah, it was not good for the Niners. Again, 5 turnovers, all were on interceptions. 4 from Brock Purdy, not so good. But this game will be at Fox at 1 o'clock. Fox, Sports App, NFL Plus, or streaming services for this bloodbath. I would not be surprised if they turn this game off, because again, it gets that bad. With that said, though, announcing it will be Adam Mead, Mark Slareth, and Christina Pink. So, I guess it's a B game. I don't really think it is, but whatever. It's something like that. We'll see. Looking at the map, though, it is in yellow. You've got a lot of the West getting this game, actually. So, yeah, this is kind of weird. Yellow, bleh. something like that. I really don't know, guys. So yeah, it is weird with that. As well as yeah, this area. What is that? Iowa? Yeah, Iowa is getting this game, as well as obviously the Maryland area, DC area, whatever. Looking at it though, it is 49 degrees. It's gonna be 8-mile-per-hour wind, mostly cloudy, so pretty average temperatures for this game. Perfect for a bloodbath, of course. Last time the Niners went into what is it called? Commander territory. It was 9-0. Yeah, that was the actual final score. It was a mud pit, so that's yeah, it was actually a mud pit. So will it happen again? Probably not. I doubt it's gonna rain that much, but who knows? Maybe the Niners just win 50-0. Let's get right into the Niners starting lineup now. All right, for the Niners, Brock Purdy, quarterback. Sam Darnold's backup. CMC, Elijah Mitchell in the backfield with Jordan Mason, questionable. Raymond McLeod, Danny Gray, this dude, Drake Jackson, Khalil Davis, Kalaya, something like that. Talanoa Hufanga are on IR. Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Ronnie Bell at wide receiver with Juwan Jennings out. George Kittle, Charlie Warner, tight end. Ross Dwelly is out. Kyle Juszczyk at fullback with Trent Williams. Aaron Banks, questionable. John Feliciano behind him. Joe Moore's also out. Jake Reynolds, Spencer Burford, Colin Navicavitz across the offensive line. Jay Sung, Nick Bosa, Randy Gregory, Cleveland Farrell off the edge. Eric Armstead's out, so Sebastian Joseph Day for Ram might start, I don't know, probably Javon Kinlaw though, as well as Javon Hargrave. Dre Greenleaf, Fred Warner, and Orton Burks, the linebacker with the backup to Fred Warner. Demetrius Flanagan, Flowers, questionable. Travarius Ward, Diamond Lenore, Isaiah Oliver at corner. Avery Thomas is also questionable. Jair Brown is out, so Logan Ryan, the old dude, will start, as well as Tayshaun Gibson Sr. Jake Moody is their kicker. Their punters, Mitch Wisnowski, Ronnie Bell, Debo are the returners, and Tabor Pepper is their long snapper. For the Commanders, Jacoby Brissett again is questionable with that hamstring. Sam Howell probably won't even play anyway, though. Brian Robinson Jr., Antonio Gibson in the backfield, Chris Rodriguez Jr., Dax Milne, Curtis Hodges, Braden Daniels, Ricky Stromberg, what is it called? F.A.O. Bada, Curtis Brooks, David Bada, Shakatoni, Derek Brown, Derek Forrest, Jeremy Reeves, and yeah, those guys are on IR with Terry McLaurin, John Dotson, and Curtis Samuel, receiver. Logan Thomas is your tight end, as well as John Bates. Alex Armour's your fullback. Again, two of your offensive linemen are out. Nick Gates, Cornelius Lucas will start in front of them. As well as Andrew Wiley being questionable. Trent Scott is his backup, as well as Chris Paul and Sam Cosmi at guard. Jason Williams, Casey Tuo off the edge with John Allen and Deron Payne at defensive tackle. Kaliki Hudson, Cody Barn, David Mayo at linebacker. Tariq Casterfield, Jartavius Martin, and probably Emmanuel Flores will start, of course, with Kendall Fuller and Benjamin St. Just out. Terrell Burgess will start at free safety with Percy Butler out. And, of course, Cameron Curl is your strong safety. Joey Slides, your kicker. Your punter is Tress Way. James McCrowder, I guess, is your returner. And Antonio Gibson is your, kicker returner. I don't know who that your long snapper is. Cameron Cheeseman, I think, got cut, though, because, holy crap, those are some bad snaps a couple weeks ago. All right, for San Fran, Brock regaining his confidence with a solid day at the office. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, bro. Just have a decent game. Debo getting the football, obviously, whether it's running the ball, whatever, just getting the ball. CMC not blowing out his knee. That's the most important thing. Again, they don't care how they win it, but if CMC blows out his knee, they're done. And putting up a decent 30 points, yeah, casually. Defensively, though, Nick and Chase with 10-plus combined pressures just pop off. Diablo Lenore, again, being active, what is called in coverage, 2+ passes defended, and don't get burned in the third quarter. Again, it might happen that it's what happened the past 2 weeks. Just don't let it happen. Now let's look at the Commanders. All right, for the Commanders offense, Jacoby going 30 for 30 and earning the starting job for next year. I mean, that would be nuts. Plus, the biggest win of the year. This would just be nuts if this actually happened. Defensively, though, not a repeat of Week 13, and also having Cameron Curl on an island so he can cook from the 10 to 15-yard area over the middle to affect both the pass and the run. Cameron Curl's going to have his best game you've ever seen out of him, and probably even more than that. I don't even know. Some, supernatural powers from him. Because, guys, Cameron Curl's going to have to be able to get from, I don't even know, way past the sticks all the way into the backfield to make plays, as well as knocking down passes from way over on the, I don't even know, from the hash to the freaking other sideline. It's got to be that type of stuff from him. And don't give up 45 points, because, again, that would suck. That's all I got for the Commanders, guys. Now let's get into our next game, Cardinals and Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles can clinch the division with the win. And the Arizona Cardinals will head to Philly looking to pull off their second big upset against an NFC East team. Of course, they come in at 3-12 and are not too hot right now. But then again, they did go into Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago and win that game. Whatever, though. Coming off a loss in a tank bowl to the Bears. But their offense did look explosive, I guess. Oh, yeah, Kyler's also questionable. Eagles off of a very ugly win, I guess you could say, against the Giants, even though they did score 33 points and had a pretty decent offensive day, all things said. Coming at 11-4 and technically have a shot. I think, yeah, they might have be able to clinch the division with a win today. The game will be at 1 o'clock on Fox, the Fox Sports app, and NFL Plus on your streaming services for that game, as well as looking at the announcers. You got Joe Davis, Daryl Johnson, Pam Oliver on the call, so it's Fox's number 2 team. With Compass Media having Chris Carriano and Brian Baldinger on the call. As well as that, wait, give me a sec. Yeah, alright. Looking at it, we got it in blue. It's not the national game. You've got most of the Southwest getting this football game and into the middle, what is called Midwest, as well as the Philly area going into New Jersey and Delaware. So, yeah, that's what's getting this game. As well as looking at the weather in Philly, it's going to be 9 degrees, not 9 degrees, 43 degrees, 9-mile-per-hour winds, with it being mostly cloudy as well. So, pretty decent weather for this game. Obviously, though, again, last year, the Eagles had a chance to lock the number 1 seed in Week 17, of course, without Jalen Hurts. They did not do that against the Saints team that was significantly worse than them. So, I mean, maybe the Cardinals do a similar thing, but obviously the big throw with this team is obviously last year when they played, it was actually in Arizona, and the Eagles won, 2017, because the Cardinals, Matt Amendola, missed the game-winning kick. So, yeah, again, Kyler had some good games against the Eagles in the past. It should be an interesting game right into the Cardinals starting lineup. For the Cardinals, Kyler is getting his questionable, so Clayton Tune, I guess maybe we'll start. James Conner, Amari DiMarcano on the backfield, as well as Michael Carter. Marlon Mack, Marquise Brown, John Gaines, Pat Elflein, Carlos Watkins, Jonathan Ledbetter, Lee Votu, LJ Collier, Kaiser White, Bobby Price, Rashad Fenton, Kyler McMichael, and Matt Hambro are all on IR. With Michael Wilson, Rondell Moore, Greg Dortch, receiver. Trey McBride, a tight end, as well as DJ Humphries, Tristan Colon. Elijah Furlot, Will Hernandez, Paris Johnson Jr. across the offensive line. Xavier Collins, Naquan Jones, Roy Lopez, Kevin Strong, Dante Stills, Cameron Thomas off the edge, as well as B.J. Ojolari. Does he still only have 4 sacks? Yeah, I think he does. Whatever, though. Owen Papo is questionable. Ezekiel Turner is his backup, as well as Chris Barnes and Dennis Gardick as the other linebackers. Antonio Hamilton Sr., Keyshawn Clark, and Charlie Thomas, the 5th, are the corners, of course, with Garrett Williams questionable. Buda Baker, Jalen Thompson are their safeties. Matt Prater is their kicker. Blake Gillikin is their punter. Greg Dortch is their returner, and Aaron Brewer is their long snapper. And for Philly, Jalen Hurts, quarterback. Marcus Mariota is his backup. DeAndre Swift, Kenneth Gainwell, and Boston Scott in the backfield. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Julio Jones, a receiver. Why did I say Julio? It's Julio. Whatever, though. Dallas Goedert, Jack Stoll are your tight ends. Albert Okwuegbunam is questionable. Roderick Johnson, Nakobe Dean, Zach McPherson, Avante Maddox are on IR. With Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Jason Kelsey, Cam Jurgens, and Lane Johnson across the offensive line. Brandon Graham, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Josh Hassan Reddick off the edge, as well as Jalen Carter at defensive tackle. Zach Cunningham's questionable, as well as Nolan Smith. He might play. We'll see, though. As well as Shaq Leonard at middle linebacker. James Bradbury, Kelly Ringo, and Bradley Roby at corner, with Darius Slay being out. Reed Blankenship, not Josh Jobe. Kevin Byard are your safeties, as well as Jake Elliott, of course, is your kicker. Braden Mann is your punter. Britton Covey's your returner, and Rick Lovato is your long snapper. And for the Cardinals offense, Marquise Brown actually playing. I think he's out. That's not good. Kyler making smart decisions. No, he's playing. That's good. He has to. Kyler making smart decisions before going nuts outside the pocket. Again, last week he didn't really do any of that, and yeah, the offense looked a lot better. James blasting through holes left and right. Left and right. Why is it right? Left and right. Yeah. It's got to be a lot of that. He's got to go bananas with that. I don't even care if he gets stuffed. If he's tenacious enough, he'll get some big runs. Defensively, Dante Stills using a backstab to create separation from Lane Johnson. That would be good, because Lane Johnson just doesn't really get much of that. Of course, he doesn't really use his hands until he has to, so that's one way to make him do it. Buda Baker, A+ tackles. Of course, he's got to get into it quick, and obviously he's got to be able to stop the run. That is the best way to do it. Of course, getting involved and create some type of turnover. I don't care how it happens, but yeah, create a turnover. Now let's do the Eagles. And for Philly, make this easy with a heavy load with Kenneth and DeAndre in the first half. They'll get a lot of rushing yards, a couple of points too. Then get a quick passing game going for efficiency over an ugly scramble drill, which was their offense the 4 games there's 3-game losing streak. So yeah, quick passing game would be nice there. And eventually Fletcher not trying to move rolls to give optimal tackling shots for Shaq Leonard. He can make his own tackling too, and as well Fletcher Cox, bro, you're old. Save some of that juice. Kevin Byard and James Bradbury both being dominant on the boundary and gaining depth over making tackles at or behind the sticks. Again, it's more about them being able to stay disciplined there, because again, if the ball isn't thrown over the head, Kyler's going to have a hard time being able to get the ball to these receivers or these running backs and them breaking tackle. Again, Ryan Moore's really the only exception. Even then, you might be able to still make plays on him. That's really all I got for the Eagles, guys. Let's get into our next game. Yeah, Rams and Giants. Alright, and the Rams will head to MetLife looking to get their third straight win and keep their playoff probabilities high. Of course, they take on the Giants, who are 5-10 and have been eliminated from the playoffs. And yeah, they're there. Of course, they are on their third starting quarterback, and technically second. Whatever, though. They're 5-10. It's been a rough year coming off a loss to the Eagles, but maybe they can play spoiler these last 2 weeks where they win over the Rams and the Eagles. Of course, their last 2 games will be at home. Rams coming off a mini bye against the Saints, so they could be overlooking this game with the 49ers right on tap for next week. Again, the Rams, they can't overlook it, though. This is a huge game for them. Again, they can clinch a playoff spot this week, but it doesn't mean anything if they lose this game. The game will be on at 1 o'clock on Fox, Fox Sports App, and NFL+. Looking at the announcers, it is basically a B game. Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez, Laura Oakman on the call. Of course, with, what is it called? The map, you've got it in green. You've got SoCal and the northeast part of, New England, basically. That's what's getting this game. The weather in East Rutherford, it'll be 42 degrees, 8-mile-per-hour wind, mostly cloudy. So it's pretty decent weather for both these teams. Again, pretty optimal for the Rams. They're lucky, again, with this. Of course, the Rams, when they've gone to MetLife the last 2 times, of course, 2017 when the Giants sucked, they won 51-17. And then 2 years ago in that Super Bowl season, they won 38-11. So, yeah, the Rams have played pretty well in MetLife in recent history. But will they again? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. With all that said, let's get right in the Rams' projected starting lineup. For the Rams, Stafford at quarterback, Carson Wentz is his backup. Stetson Bennett is out. Kyron Williams, Ronnie Rivers, Royce Freeman in the backfield with Cooper Kupp. Puka Nacua is questionable. What's this, bro? Oh, bro, please play. Please. DeMarcus Robinson, also receiver, as well as Tutu Atwell. What is called? DeMarcus Robinson, of course. Tyler Higbee, Davis Allen at tight end. Hunter Long's on IR. Yeah, and as well as Duke Shelley and Alex Ward, the Rams' other long snapper. Albert Jackson's questionable, as well as Joe Noteboom, but Steven Villa, Brian Allen, Kevin Dotson, and Rob Havenstein across the rest of the offensive line. Jordan Williams, Kobe Turner, Aaron Donald are the defensive linemen, with Byron Young, Michael Hoyt, Keir Thomas, and Nick Hampton off the edge. Ernest Jones is questionable, Troy Reader behind him, as well as Christian Roseman, linebacker. Kel Williamson, Kobe Turner, Trey Tomlinson is out. Darren Kendrick at corner, with Jordan Fuller and Conan Lake at safety. Lucas Haversick is their kicker. Their punters, Ethan Evans. Again, Puga's questionable with Austin Trammell at returner and Carson Tinker at long snapper. And for New York, Tyrod Taylor, quarterback, Tommy DeVito is backup. Daniel Jones, Bryce Ford Wheaton, Shane Lemieux, J.C. Hassenauer, Evan Neal, Gerard Davis, and Gary Brightwell, as well as Randy Bullock and Greg Van Noy. Yeah, 2 kickers on IR. With Saquon and Matt Breida in the backfield, as well as Eric Gray. What is called Darius Slade with Jalen Hyatt, Isaiah Hodgkins, Sterling Shepard, the healthy receivers, with Juan Robinson questionable. Darren Waller, Daniel Bellinger, tight end. Lawrence Cager's doubtful. Andrew Thomas, what's called Justin Pugh, John Michael Schmitz Jr., Ben Bredesen, Tyree Phillips across the offensive line, with Aishan Robinson, Dexter Lawrence, and Jahad Ward rounding out your defensive line. Azizo Jalari, Kayvon Thibodeau, Benson Whitley, and Mike McFadden off the edge. I guess something like that. Yeah. Bobby Okereke, Cam Brown are your linebackers, with Adoree Jackson, Trey Hawkins III, and Cordell Flatt at corner. Of course, Aaron Robinson and Deontay Banks are both either questionable or out. Xavier McKinney and Jason Panek are your safeties. Mason Crosby's your kicker. Jamie Gillen's your punter. Gunnar Olszewski, Paris Campbell are your returners. And Casey Kreider is your long snapper. Alright, for the Rams offense, Stafford continues to think passive aggressive approach, which obviously means he's gonna be aggressive, but he's not gonna do it again quickly or show it. He's just gonna do his thing. Kyron not blowing out his knee, please, bro. No MetLife turf. And doing whatever what you've done in the last 2 times in MetLife, which obviously go in there dominant. Defensively though, 2 plus interceptions on Tyrod Taylor. Again, if you got to do it, force some turnovers, make it easier on yourself. No Saquon taking over the game. If that happens, it's not going to end well for the Rams. Akella with 2 plus knockdowns against Darius Slade, and he's got to be able to hit him, do whatever you need to. Again, no PI, but again, if he plays, he's got to be physical against them. Now let's look at the Giants. And for the Giants offense, 4 plus big plays, 40 plus yards. They're going to have a lot of big plays if this offense is going to move the football consistently. 20 plus points. They're going to definitely have to score 20. Saquon over 120 on the ground. He, again, is their key to them moving the ball sustainably. And Tyrod over 30 rushing yards on scrambles. He's got to be able to get out of the pocket and pick up some yards that way, too. Defensively, Xavier Kinney keeping the fine line to jump crossers and drifting back to defend the bomb. Because again, if he steps up too much, he's gonna get burned. But if he doesn't step up to stop the if he doesn't step up, the Rams are gonna have a lot of easy first downs. And keep on wreaking havoc off the edge. One way or another, he's got to get to the quarterback. And Adoree Jackson being a playmaker as well. Again, just get interceptions, force fumbles, do whatever you need to get that going. Now let's get into our first national game. Yep, battle for the NFC South. Oh yeah, guys, Saints were the same situation last year. No, wait, they weren't. The Bucs were. My bad. Yeah, the Bucs, of course, looking for this NFC South title in the same situation they were in last year. Yep, let's go. NFL on Fox, last one, Week 17. Tampa to try and spoil the Bucs party. Of course, looking to win the NFC South for the third consecutive year. Coming in at 8-7, of course, winners of 4 in a row. They're one of the hottest teams in the league, if not the hottest team. Taking on a Saints team that comes in at 7-8 off of a rough loss. Again, mini bye week over the Rams. Again, their season isn't over. If they win this game, they have a shot at winning the division. But again, it is the NFL on Fox, and it is a huge game for the NFC South. Again, Bucs coming off a 30-12 win over the Jaguars in dominating fashion. This game will be at 1 o'clock on Fox. The Fox Sports app and NFL Plus are your streaming services for this huge game. Announcing it will be KB, Greg Olsen. There's one G. Aaron Andrews, and what is it called? Tom Rinaldi. Yeah, they'll be calling this game. Yeah, I think so. Are they? I swear they are. Whatever though, yeah, that's who's announcing it. Looking at the map, it is in, what is it called? Orange. So, it is the NFL on Fox and the national game, but actually not much of the country is getting this game. Only, again, most of the Southeast. You've got this area here in, Cincy, as well as whatever the hell this is, this snake thing, and also, like, North Dakota. What the hell? Yeah, that's what's getting this weather. The weather in Tampa, though, it'll be 61 degrees, sunny, and really no wind, so perfect weather for this game. Of course, the Bucs, with Mike Evans going for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns last year, earned themselves a ugly NFC South title. Again, probably same type of thing here, but Baker Mayfield's balling out. Bucs defense is playing well. Bucs are running the ball. Yeah, this is the type of game they are able to win. They're in. Again, they can rest their starters next week. Before that, probably a huge game against Dallas. Time for the Saints. Starting lineup. All right, for New Orleans, Derek Carr, quarterback. James Winston's his backup. Alvin and Kendrick Miller are both questionable, so Jamal Williams will be the only healthy back going into the game. As well as, what is it called? Benjamin, Trey Turner, this dude, Payne Turner, Andrew Dowell, Malcolm Roach, Marcus May, and Marshawn Lattimore all on IR with Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry at receiver, Juwan Johnson, and Taysom Hill at tight end. Adam Prentice is their fullback. Anders Pete, James Hurst, Eric Coy, Cesar Ruiz, Landon Young could start with Ryan Ramczyk out. Cameron Jordan, Carl Granderson, Isaiah Foskey's questionable, Tano Caspian off the edge. Still don't know how to pronounce his name. Nathan Shepard and Kalen Saunders at defensive tackle. Pete Warner, DeMar Davis, Nifai Sewell at linebacker. Paulson Dable, Isaac Yadam, yeah, I guess he's in 2 corner spots. As well as Alon Taylor at corner. He got benched last week. Lonnie Johnson Jr. is out, as well as Jordan Howden and Tyrann Mathieu at safety. Their kickers, Blake Grupe, Lou Hadley, their punter's questionable. Rashid Shaheed is their returner. And Zach Wood is their long snapper. And for Tampa, Baker, quarterback, Kyle Trask is his backup. Rashad White and Chase Edmonds in the backfield. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Trey Palmer, receiver, as well as David Moore. Russell Gage, Raheem Jarrett, something like that. Ryan Jensen, Mike Green are all on IR with, what is it called? Kate on the tight end. Cole Keys is out. Tristan Wirfs, Aaron Steeney, Robert Hainsey, Cody Mouch, Luke Gedeke across the offensive line with Klej Cansey, Vita Vea, Logan Hall at defensive tackle. Yaya Diaby, Shaq Barrett's out. Anthony Nelson, Joe Tryon, Shorinka off the edge with Devin White and Levante David at linebacker. Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum, again, Carlton Davis is out. Christian Izine at corner. Ryan Neal and Antoine Winfield Jr. are your corners. At safeties, Chase McLaughlin is your kicker, your punter, Jake Camarda, Devin Tompkins is your returner, and Zach Triner is your long snapper. Alright, what I want to see from the Saints offensively is they're throwing a bomb going into the half. Again, Hail Mary, whatever. He's just got to complete something deep that really gets his offense going. 4 plus first downs in every drive in the 4th quarter. Again, once they get there, if this game's close, they got to be really productive. Because, again, they can't afford to punt the ball in this Bucs offense. Alvin going for over 100 on the ground as well. He's got to have a really good game. I think, again, taking some ease the pressure off of Derek Carr as well. Him being productive will give this offense a much better chance at being diverse and unpredictable and, again, making it easier on themselves. Bucs defense, Saints defense. Force Baker to settle for the checkdowns. You don't want anything over the top on you guys. Marshawn doing what he did last year in Week 17, which was a pick 6 and just completely dominating the Eagles. And have a huge brawl to end the game. Of course, that being with Marshawn and Mike Evans. That would be awesome in Poe. Time for the Bucs. And for Tampa, Mike Evans a repeat from last year and clinch the division. I think it's pretty simple. Mike Evans can just, again, dominate this Bucs Saints defense, which he's been able to do in the past, like last year. Yeah, basically, again, like the Panthers, they'll win the division. Bucs defense, though. Vita Vea had 5 plus stops on second down. He's got to be really good on second down because, again, that's how they're going to try to pick up first down easily to set up other stuff. Again, if they're on the road, run the ball on second down, it'll be really hard for the Saints offense to, again, not be predictable in terms of where they're going to throw the ball. Chris Olave. Eventually, outside of that, though, Devin White, 5 plus open field tackles. Again, that's pretty simple. Again, if you can make those plays there, it'll be, put themselves in a lot better spot and also have a lot more room for error. Carlton Davis with a huge play on a 4th quarter, 4th down. Again, do his thing, man. You're number 1 corner. Be that guy. Now let's get to the huge game, battle for the 1 seed in the AFC. I swear, if this game is better than it was last year, it's going to be the game of the year. Yeah, it's the battle for the AFC number 1 seed, guys. Massive game on CBS. And yep, it is a battle for the #1 seed in the AFC as the 11-4 Dolphins return to Baltimore from last year. Of course, looking to knock off the hottest team in the NFL in the Baltimore Ravens, winners of 5 in a row. Of course, coming off a huge win and a statement win against the 49ers, putting themselves back in that top spot as the best team in the league. Of course, with the best record at 12-3. They're able to win this game. That being the Ravens, they can rest their starters next week because they do clinch the #1 seed. Dolphins, obviously, they don't get a break. They got to play the Bills next week. But, yeah, huge game for both these teams. I'll be honest, I really don't think the Dolphins care about this game too much. I'm joking, but still, they might not. We'll see, though. Of course, the Dolphins coming off a massive win at home, clinching a playoff spot over the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, that's a nice dog. Ravens, again, they did their thing against the Niners. Yeah, this game's at 1 o'clock on CBS, NFL Plus, and Paramount Plus are streaming services for the first game of this Week 17 NFL on CBS doubleheader. Yeah, it's the game of the week, obviously. With Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, Evan Washburn on the call. ESPN will have Steve Levy and Sal Palatano. He's a reporter for the Eagles. They'll be on ESPN Radio to listen to this one as well if you're driving during this game. Although, the map, though, yeah, it's doused in red for, of course, this game. Most of the country's getting this game for good reason. It's the battle for the #1 seed in the AFC. Massive game, guys. National one, obviously. The weather, though, 9 mile per hour winds, partly cloudy, 48 degrees. Should be okay. Now, of course, we talk about what happened last year with these two teams because, again, that game was arguably the game of the year. The Dolphins were down 35-14 going in the fourth quarter against the Ravens. Lamar had a 79-yard rushing touchdown. I think, Devin Duvernay had like a 97-yard kick return. It was a bunch of big plays. Rashad Bateman had a 75-yard catch and run touchdown, too. But, yeah, Tua said screw it and threw 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They had a huge comeback. 42-38 was the final score in favor of, again, the Dolphins. They're able to do something similar to that this game. Holy crap. Game of the year. Time for the Dolphins projected starting lineup now. For Miami, Tua at quarterback, Mike White, my bad, is his backup. Raheem's questionable, so, Devon Achane and Jeff Wilson Jr. will probably get some carries. Tyreek Hill, Cedric Wilson, and Braxton Berrios, a receiver. Jalen Waddle will be out, as well as Eric Uzekama. Jerome Smith, the tight end. Alec Ingold, the fullback. Teron Armstead. Yeah, the whole right side of the offensive line is either questionable or doubtful. Lester Cotton's also questionable, as well as again, Liam Eichenberg. Again, Isaiah Wynn, Connor Williams, Jalen Phillips, Zeke Van Luckenberg, Jerome Ford, and Jerome Baker and Keon Crossen are all on IR. Of course, Robert Jones and Teron Armstead are the only healthy offensive line. Wait, who's Robert Jones? Oh, where's Robert Hunt? Oh, there he is. My bad. Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, Zach Sealer across the offensive line. My bad, defensive line. Andrew Van Ginkel, Bradley Chubb, Cameron Goody, and Emmanuel Ogba off the edge. David Long Jr., Channing Tindall are their linebackers. Again, three of the starters in the secondary are healthy, are questionable. The only guy who isn't is Deshaun Elliott. Nick Needham and Kader Kao are the other healthy corners. Their kicker is Jason Myers. Their punter is Jake Bailey. Braxton Berrios is the returner, and Blake Ferguson is their long snapper. And for Baltimore, Lamar at quarterback, Tyler Huntley's his backup, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, Melvin Gordon in the backfield, J.K. Dobbins, Devin Duvernay, Mark Andrews, Malik Cam, and David Ojabo, and Ardarius Washington, as well as Keaton Mitchell are on IR. With Zay Flowers questionable, Nelson Aguilar, Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham Jr. receiver, as well as Isaiah Likely at tight end. Powder Redcard is your fullback. Again, your whole offensive line is healthy outside of Kevin Zeitler. P. Yanko, Ben Cleveland will probably start. Adrian Voorhees-Stella is on the PUP list, again, tore his ACL in the offseason. Justin Adbuke, Michael Pierce, Broderick Washington are your defensive linemen with Adafe Owe, and Javian Clowney, as well as Kyle Van Noy. And Tavius Robinson off the edge. Delshon Phillips, the third-string middle linebacker, is questionable, as well as Tyus Bowser being out. Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen are your linebackers with Brandon Stevens, Kyle Hamilton, 2 starters in the secondary are both questionable. Arthur Millette, Jalen Armour Davis is out, as well as Ronald Darby and Marlon Humphrey at corner. Marcus May is your free safety, as well as Geno Stone there. Justin Tucker's your kicker, your punter, Jordan Stout. Tylen Walsh is your returner. Tyler Ott, your long snapper. Nick Moore is out. Again, Zay Flowers is still questionable. Alright, but what I want to see from Miami is Tua going for over 500 yards and 7+ touchdowns, putting him as the front runner in the MVP race. I mean, this is not too unlikely considering he threw for 460 and, 6 touchdowns last year. I mean, that would be crazy, but yeah. Tua's got to just go off. That's going to be my honest. That's the simplest solution for it. He's got to make all the throws in the world. He's got to take over. And also, giving Tyreek a chance for the 2K next week. Again, I don't know, goes for like 150 yards. Yeah, he's got a chance next week. Again, that would be awesome, though. Defensively, though, Xavier playing in the slot so we can also keep eyes on Lamar. Tabs on Lamar. Again, he's their best tackling at corner. Tackler at corner, obviously, with, Jalen Ramsey having to cover everybody else. But again, if he's able to do that, they should be good with that. No big runs allowed early like last year. That was just ugly. And 1 or less 4th downs allowed. Yeah, do not give up. You got to be money on 4th down if you're this Dolphins defense. Now let's talk about the Ravens. So if you're the Ravens, the best way not to blow a lead is putting up 30 points in the second half. That's just, yeah. Lamar going 90 plus on Dallas on a keeper. That would be awesome. Gus and Justice throw over 150 yards combined in the ground. And Zay Flowers 125 plus yards. Basically, their best offensive players have to show out. Eventually, though, 115 points allowed. That could actually happen. The Chiefs manage to do it. For the defensive touchdown in the second half as well. Basically, lock the game up. Do whatever the heck you can and make sure Tyreek doesn't get the ball. And Kyle's ready to cover a deep half late. Again, last year, he wasn't able to. Of course, he gave up those. He gave up the touchdown on Tyreek Hill. If he's able, I think he's ready now. Again, he's been unbelievable this season. If he's able to do this, he's the best safety in the league right now. If he's able to. Steelers and Seahawks getting the late window now. Alright, we've got a battle up in the Northwest. A massive game for both these teams as the Steelers look to keep their playoff hopes alive against the Seattle Seahawks. Both teams coming in at 8-7. The Seahawks technically can clinch a playoff spot, but it's, I wouldn't say win or go home for them, but it's basically that. Steelers, same type of thing. Preseason awkwardly as I expected. I predicted that both these teams would tie. Yes, I did predict that, and that would be hilarious. I'm not even kidding. Because that would really F up the projections for next week. But either way, this game will be at 4:05 on Fox, Fox Sports and NFL Plus. Of course, the Steelers are coming off their best performance in over 3 years with a 30-11 stopping of their division rival to sweep in the Cincinnati Bengals. Mason Rudolph, of course, will get another chance after his good performance last week. Seahawks coming off a narrow win for the second straight week, again on a game-winning drive. 20-17, same score against the Tennessee Titans. I think the script writers got lazy, but that's what I got for this one. Announcing it will be Kenny Albert, Jonathan Miller, Shannon Spake. Sports US Radio has Larry Kahn and KJ Wright on the call. Again, former Seahawk and KJ Wright, so that'll be pretty interesting on what he thinks about this game. As well as looking at the map, you've got it in red, and it's a lot of the country getting this game. You got most of New England, a lot of countries getting this game, because again, it is a massive game for those playoff picture. Again, all the areas that are going to be interested in this game will be getting it, outside of SoCal, because again, they have all the early games. The weather in Seattle, mostly cloudy, 49 degrees, and no wind. So, yeah, no weather advantages for the Seattle Seahawks. Maybe a little bit of the, honestly, probably the noise will be a little less redirected, so I guess that's good for the Seahawks. But, yeah, again, last time these two teams played was way back in 2019, way back in Week 2. It's been a no, wait. They played in 2021 in Sterling in Pittsburgh. The Steelers won 23-20 in overtime. Of course, Jamal Adams did, I think he forced a fumble. Something like that. But, yeah, similar type of game. This should be an awesome one. With all that said, time for the Steelers to protect the starting lineup. For Pittsburgh, Mason Rudolph quarterback. Kenny Pickett's questionable, but he's not going to play. Najee Gilmore in the backfield. Alfonso Graham, Cole Holcomb, Quan Alexander, Renell Wren. Don't know how you pronounce his name. Keanu Neal, Cody Trice Jr. On IR with Deontay, George Pickens, and Allen Robinson at receiver. Calvin Austin's also there. Pat Fryermuth and Connor Hayward at tight end. Dan Moore, Isaac Salamalu, Mason Cole, James Daniels, and Broward Jones across the deep offensive line. Larry Ogunjobi, Keanu Benton, and Cameron Hayward across the defensive line. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Nick Carabig, Marcus Golden off the edge. Landon Roberts will be out. Blake Martinez will probably start, or Miles Jack will figure that out, as well as Michael Walker. Levi Wallace, Joey Porter Jr., James Pierre, and Patrick Peterson at corner. Eric Rowe, Patrick Peterson getting probably started, or Miles Gogo, but probably more likely him. At safety with Minka and Trenton Thompson, the starter and the backup, both out at free safety. Chris Boswell is your kicker. Their punter is Presley Arvin III. Calvin Austin, Godwin Oblique are the returners, and Christian Constant is their long snapper. And for Seattle, Geno quarterback K9 is questionable, but he'll probably play. Zach Charbonnet is his backup. DK and D.F. Skridrick either out or questionable. Tyler JSN, Jake Bobo at receiver anyway, though. Noah Fant, Kobe Parkinson, Will Disley at tight end. Nick Lore's questionable. Charles Cross, Damian Lewis, Evan Brown, Anthony Bradford, Abraham Lucas, Phil Haynes, Mike Morris, Latrell Bumpus, this dude, Jerick Jackson, Ushana Nwosu, Jerick Reed II, and Andrew Whitaker are on IR. With Jason Peters being out. Draymond Jones, Jaron Reed, and Leonard Williams cross the defensive line. Merrill Edwards Jr., Brian Moan are both out. Boyd Mafe, Daryl Taylor, and Derek Holler off your edge, as well as Frank Clark being out. Nick Fleur, Jordan Brooks again are both questionable, with Bobby Wagner and Devin Bush being the healthy linebackers. Jamal Adams is still out. He got benched for Julian Love anyway, though. Devon Witherspoon's questionable. Michael Jackson, Trey Brown, Rick Wallen at corner. Quandre Diggs is your free safety, as well as Jason Myers doing your kicking. Your punting is done by Michael Dixon. D. Eskridge is out, so Zach Charbonnet. DJ Dallas was your returning, as well as Chris Stoll at long snapper. For Pittsburgh, Mason doing what he did last week, which was awesome. James Daniels not taking any holding penalties. Bro, you've taken like 12 this year. Come on, like that's ridiculous. Deontay getting a little more involved. Again, he only like 1 target last week. Probably a good idea to get more targets. And George Pickett's making more big plays. Because that's how this offense moved last week. Meanwhile, for this defense, TJ and Alex both dumping Geno multiple times. I mean, at least 2 sacks. 4+ plays on the ball from Minka. Again, he's not playing. So, more like Patrick Peterson, who we're about to talk about. Under 70 rating in zone, allowed in the red zone. He's got to be money there, and under 16 points allowed, for all this defense. They got to be money. Now let's look at the Seahawks. All right, for Seattle, don't wait until the last 2 minutes. 2-minute warning to pull ahead. You're not gonna. That's the Steelers thing. K9 going for 90 and 90. Both, yeah, over 180 yards. Both those. He's got to be massive with that. And a 60+ yard touchdown from JSN. He still hasn't broken one deep. I want to see him do it. Defensively, though, Devon Witherspoon, 7+ tackles, be involved against the run, interception, and a forced fumble. He's got to be unbelievable. Jordan Brooks, 12+ tackles and 2 tackles for loss. He doesn't have to. He's just got to make the tackles when he gets the opportunity to. Again, if he doesn't play, we'll have to wait and see for that. And send the house on the last snap, being a Hail Mary. Yeah, sack Mason Rudolph. He won't be ready for it. Now, yeah, that's really all I got for the Seahawks defense. Time for the Chargers and Broncos. All right, and we've got a worst game of the week at the 5-10 Chargers, who are playing for a draft pick. Take on the Denver Broncos, who oh my God. Guys, the Broncos are a freaking mess. They're a disaster. Like, get Sean Payton. I want to run my offense. Drew Brees. It's not happening, man. Like, bro, Russ, he's a little slow in the head sometimes. You just got to be okay with that. Like, it's not, no, me. It's not all about you, bro. You're not the main character with it. Russ is, because he's your quarterback. But obviously, they don't care. They're going to double him in the offseason. So, yeah, Jarrett Stidham's running the offense. Basically what the Raiders did last few years. So, that makes sense. Again, complete disaster for the Broncos. Of course, they could have been good this year, but, yeah, disaster. Chargers, though, coming off a loss to the Bills, but they actually played really well. Of course, without Brandon Staley now, thank God. They might actually win this game by multiple scores. Again, the last time they played in Denver, the last 2 times they actually played in Denver. Wait, 3 times? No, yeah. They struggle in Denver. I'll put it like that. Oh, just that's simple. The Chargers, week 1. At least 4 in a row against them here. Yeah, 5. I think, no, yeah. They won 4 straight against the Chargers in Denver. Obviously, though, the Broncos 7-8. Off of a embarrassing loss to the Patriots. It's been a rough year for them. Looking at it, though, obviously, Tom McCarthy, Jay Dooley, James Lofton, Tiffany Blackman. So, again, it's not CBS's worst team calling the game, but it's the worst game. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. All right, it's in blue. You've got, yeah, no one cares. All right, the weather, I really don't want to do this, but whatever. Denver weather, let's go, guys. Yeah, no, there we go. 41 degrees, a little wind, cloudy. Yeah, cool. Yeah, this game sucks. All right, let's get right in the Chargers starting lineup. For the Chargers, Keenan and Josh Palmer are both out. Easton Stick at quarterback, Austin Eckler and Isaiah Spillane in the backfield. Justin Herbert, Mike Williams, Will Clapp, Andrew Traynor, Zach Bailey, Tanner Muse, Joey Bosa, Chris Rumpf, this dude, and Raheem Layner all on IR. With Quentin Johnson, a receiver, and Alex Harrison and Jalen Guyton. Gerald Everett is their tight end. Rashawn Slater, Cameron Tom, Jamari Sallier, what is called Trey Pipkins, the third, and I guess Jordan McFadden will start if Zion Johnson can't go. Corey Linsley still out on the PUP list. Nick Williams, Dowell, Morgan Fox, Austin Johnson, and Odio Agnia across the defensive line. Tuli Tupelotu, Khalil Mack, Justin Hollins, Andrew Farmer off the edge. Eric Kendricks, Kenneth Murray Jr. is doubtful. Dan Henley could start. Jalen Leonard's questionable. Jasur Taylor, Sane Bassey, and Asante Samuel Jr. off the edge. I mean, no, corner, my bad. Aloy Gilman and Derek Finley Jr. are their safeties. Cameron Dickers is their kicker. Jacob Scott is their punter. Darius Davis is their returner. And Josh Harris is their long snapper. For Denver, Jarrett Stidham will run the offense. Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine in the backfield. Cortland Sutton is out. Brandon Johnson is the only really healthy receiver outside of Lil Jordan Humphrey. Tim Patrick, Jalen Virgil are both on IR, as well as this dude, Alex Paluski. Don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Jonas Griffith, Kane Stearns, K1 Williams, all on IR. With Adam Trautman, Lucas Kroll at tight end. Michael Burren is your fullback. Garrett Bowles, Ben Powers, Luke Christianberry, Quinn Miners, Michael Glinchey across the offensive line, Jonathan Harris, TJ Jones, and Zach Allen across the defensive line. Nick Menino, Baron Browning's out, Jonathan Cooper off the edge. Alex Singleton, Josie Jewell are your linebackers with Pat Surtain, Damari Mathis, Jaquan McMillan, my bad, and Fabian Moreau at corner. Justin Simmons and PJ Locke are your safeties. Will Lutz is your kicker. Riley Dixon's your punter. Marvin Mims Jr. again is questionable, so Tremont Smith and Julian McLaughlin will probably split the duties if he can't go. And Mitchell Freybonny is your long snapper. For the Chargers offense, Easton Stick throwing 2+ touchdowns, again getting something going. Obviously, Keenan and Josh are not both playing, so screw that. Austin Eckler having at least one last hurrah on the road, 30+ points too. Oh wait, they're home. Oh wait, no, they're on the road. Yeah, score some points. Easton Stick playing well next year, cool. Yeah. Defensively, though, Khalil Mack and Santi Sherman Jr. both contributing a ton, like more than usual. That's how they're going to win this game. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but yeah. Under 35 total yards allowed in the fourth quarter as well. They got to be dominant there, and 2+ picks on Jarrett Stidham. He'll try to turn over the football, so, I mean, help him out, I guess. Now let's look at the Broncos. And for Denver, Jarrett Stidham doing what he did in relief last year, which was be confident, both of those. Javonte Williams over 140 rushing yards would be nice, back to his 2021 days. And John Payne dialing up some calls for Cortland Sutton, bro. He's your best receiver getting the damn football. Defensively, Pat and Jaquan finding ways to make tackles. What is called hunt for turnovers. One of the two, I don't really care. Just be good. Barrett Browning not playing, and 14 or less points allowed, which will probably happen because they dominate the Chargers here. That's all I got for the Broncos, guys. Yeah, this game sucks. Now let's get to an actual good game, Bengals and Chiefs. Oh yeah, guys, it's the doubleheader game. I mean, it's not even what it was cracked up to be to start the season. But guys, Chiefs lose it. Panic button. Lone national game of the year. Yeah, the NFL and CBS doubleheader game 2 will be the 8-7 Bengals looking to keep their playoff hopes alive with a bounce back win over the Kansas City Chiefs, who of course are 9-6. Finally looking to clinch the AFC West. Of course, yeah, this is a big game for them as well. Bengals coming off an ugly loss to the Steelers, in which they got just completely smacked. Chiefs, well, we don't talk about that game on Christmas to the Raiders. It was a national embarrassment. But with all that said, again, looking at the announcers, you got Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, Compass Media, will have Bill Roninsky and Steve Berlin, or something like that, on the call. The map, again, it's most of the country because, again, it is the national game. So, yeah, unless you're, like, here, you're going to get the game. The weather in Kansas City, it'll be 35 degrees, a little wind, and partly cloudy. So, not great weather, but, again, they played worse. Again, of course, Bengals and Chiefs have played in the past 2 AFC championships. Bengals won the first one. Chiefs have won the last one, of course, where they won the Super Bowl. But in the regular season, the Bengals have their number. They've won the past 2 games against the Chiefs, both in Cincinnati. So this will be a little different. But yeah, should be a good, decent game. Of course, this Chiefs offense has gone to crap, though, so you never know. Again, $4.25 on CBS, Animal Plus, and Paramount Plus are streaming services for this game. All right, guys, time for the Bengals starting lineup. For Cincy, Jake Browning, quarterback, Adrian McCarron is backup, Joe Mixon, Chase Brown in the backfield, Joe Burrow, Tavon Cochran, Devon Shaw, Maxwell, DJ Turner, DJ Reader, my bad, DJ Ivy, and Tyson Anderson are on there. Yeah, they have 3 guys with the name DJ on this team. That's crazy. Jamar is questionable. Again, talking all that crap. Andrew Isavias, Trenton Irwin, T. Higgins, Tyler Barrett, one of the healthy receivers. Tanner Hudson is their tight end, as well as Drew Sample. Orlando Brown Jr., Cordell Volson, Ted Karras, Alex Cappa, Jonah Williams across their offensive line. Sam Hubbard, Josh DePoo, B.J. Hill, Trey Anderson, Joseph Osai, Cam Sample off the edge, with Jermaine Pratt, Hakeem Davis-Gaither at linebacker, as well as Logan Wilson. Joby Awuzie, Mike Hill, and Ken Taylor-Britt at corner. Again, he's back healthy. Jalen Davis is questionable. Jordan Battle, Dax Hill are their safeties. Evan McPherson, the kicker, Brad Robinson, their punter, Trenton Irwin, Trayvon Williams are the returners, and Kyle Adamitis is their long snapper. And for Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes quarterback, Blaine Gabbert is backup, Isaiah Pacheco, Clyde Edwards-Helaire are both questionable. Michael Beamer is actually their only healthy running back right now. Jared Cannon, McCole Hardman, what is called, I think he's activated. Sky Moore, Nicky Remigio, Jody Fortson, Prince Tegan Moreno, Najee Johnson, Brian Cook, Sky Moore, yeah, those dudes are on IR. Rasheed Rice, Justin Watson, Kadarius Toney still inactive. Marcus MVS and Richie James, Justin Ross are the other healthy receivers. Travis Kelce, no great tight end. Donovan Smith is out. Wanya Morris could start. I'm more likely to do Lucas Niang. We'll see what they do this week. Joe Chudy, Preet Humphrey, Trey Smith, Jawan Taylor across the offensive line. George Karlaftis, Mike Dan, Charles Omenihu, and Felix Ndugu is on off the edge. Derek Nani, Chris Jones at defensive tackle. Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil at linebacker. L'Jarius Sneed is questionable. Joshua Williams, what is it called? Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie at corner. Mike Edwards, Justin Reed are your safeties. Harrison Bucker is your kicker, your punters. Tommy Townsend, Richie James is your returner, and what's called James Winchester's a long snapper. Okay, well, I see from this Bengals offense is Jake Browning, no Darmar's interceptions in the red zone. Bro, past 2 weeks he could have had bad ones. Of course, he paid for it last week. They're losing this game if he does it again. Segan 6+ catches and a touchdown, big game from him, and Joe Mixon for over 110 rushing yards. This is how this game wins games, at least from what I've seen in the past against the Chiefs. Joe Mixon running the ball well, and Tegan's playing well as well. That's a lot of wells. Bengals defense, Mike Hillen kicking outside every once in a while, and Trey Hendrickson with 2 push trips. That's just again puts him disguises in their coverages. Again, Trey understands getting 2+ strip sacks isn't all that out of the likelihood of how the Chiefs offense has been taking care of the football. And speaking of taking care of the football, now let's look at the Chiefs. All right, first things first. You do have a punter, so again, you should use them at least, please, and put some more big dudes into pound the rock. That's how this offense got kind of back together back in 2021. So I mean, I guess go back to that. Defensively, you know it's on you, and embrace it with confidence that'll lead to domination. This is the only way this team will win games, to be completely honest, guys. Consistently, their defense just being awesome, because that's what they need to be, I guess. Guys, the Chiefs are toast. So like, yeah. So I'll go the Chiefs. Time for Sunday night. Yeah, big time game. We haven't had a tie this year, guys. So again, with this game being so big, ending in a tie is not all out of the likelihood. Yeah, huge Sunday nighter to the end 2023. Oh yeah, Sunday Night Football on New Year's Eve night is a massive game. Packers coming in at 7-8. Of course, both these teams are in must-win situations. Of course, Packers coming off a win against the Panthers. Jordan Love looked good. But of course, this defense led by Joe Barry is a trash heap. Of course, Jair Alexander, that idiot, all that other crap. They did win 33-30, though. Still alive for a playoff spot. Vikings, they're just as big as a mess. Of course, they benched Nick Mullins because he threw 4 interceptions and lost them the game. Their defense again is pretty good, but like yeah, they're not looking so great right now again with how much they're being put on them. But yeah, coming off a loss against the Detroit Lions, who of course won the division last week. But with all that said, again, it is Sunday Night Football, so it's going to be on NBC, Universo, NBC Sports app, NFL Plus, Peacock, the main streaming service, as well as other stuff, I guess. Yeah, again, 8:20 as usual. Football in America starts at 7. And post game will be fun too. Honestly, this game might go to midnight, so yeah, the ball might drop and you might miss it because of this game. It would be nice if they tied though. Looking at the Mike Tirico, Chris Collins with Melissa Stark on the call, Leslie Roman with Ryan Radishik and Mike Golick on the call. And probably the biggest thing about this game, the Vikings have dominated the Packers the past 2. I mean, not dominated. They had the Packers number in what it's called at the bank the last 2 years. Of course, last year they beat them up 23-7, and the year before that they won 34-31 on a game-winning kick. Please tie that. That would be awesome. With all that said, time for the Packers' predicted starting lineup. And for Green Bay, Jordan Love, quarterback, Sean Clifford, his backup, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon in the backfield, Amanda Wilson, Luke Musgrave, David Bakhtiari, Luke Tenuta. Those guys are on, and Jair Alexander for one game. RNIR. Christian Gonzalez is doubtful. Dontavian Wicks is questionable. Dontavian, whatever. Malik Heath, Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed at receiver, Tucker Kraft, Ben Sims at tight end. Rashid Walker, Elton Jacobs, Josh Mowers, John Runyon, my bad. Zach Tom are their offensive linemen. TJ Slay in the nose tackle is questionable, so Carl Brooks could start. Kenny Clark and Devontae Wire are their defensive linemen, as well as Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary off the edge. Lucas Finesse is also there. Devondre Campbell's doubtful. Isaiah McDuffie and Quay Walker will probably start. Again, Jair Alexander got suspended for being an idiot, so Keyshawn Nixon, Carrington Valentine, and maybe Corey Valentine will start. Eric Stokes is out. Robert Rochelle is questionable. Donald Savage is also questionable. Ruby Ford could start, as well as Jonathan Owens at strong safety. Anders Carlson is their kicker. Their punter, Daniel Wheelman. Jalen Reed, Keyshawn Nixon are their returners, and Matthew Orzik is their long snapper. For Minnesota, Jaron Hall, the rookie, will get the start. Yeah. He played for BYU, was a 6th-round pick. He's going to have to play ball out, I guess. Again, he got hurt back in week 9 when he got the start. Kirk Cousins, Cam Akers, TJ Hawkinson, this dude, Oda, I guess. Dean Lowry, DJ Wanham, William Konechny, something like that. James Lynch, Marcus Davenport, RNIR, with Ty Chandler, again, Alex Madison in the backfield. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison is questionable. Jalen Naylor and Malik Knowles are both out, so your only healthy really receivers are Brandon Powell, KJ Osborne, of course, JJ. Josh Over, Johnny Mundt at tight end. CJM is your fullback. Christian Darrisaw, Jalen Reisner, Graham Gazzo, Ed Ingram. Brian O'Neill across your offensive line with Jaquelin Roy out, something like that. Sheldon Day, Harrison Phillips, and Jonathan Ballard are all healthy. Daniil Hunter, Pat Jones, and Andre Carter off the edge. Ivan Pace Jr. and Jordan Hicks at linebacker. With Caleb Evans, Andrew Booth Jr. at corner. Mekhi Blackman and Byron Murphy Jr. both questionable or out. Theo Jackson's out, though. Cameron Bynum and Harrison Smith are at least healthy. Greg Joseph is your kicker, your punters. Ryan Wright, Brandon Powell, Keenan Nwangwu are your returners, and Andrew DePola is your long snapper. And for the Green Bay offense, Jordan Love throwing for over 400 yards and 3+ touchdowns. He's got a ball out, in my opinion, to be completely honest, guys. I mean, not really, but this is one way to really make a statement. Aaron Jones on more than 20 touches, get him the football. Again, I get the fact that he's had the injuries in the past, but that's something to worry about later. And Christian Watson catching a long bomb. Again, he's doubtful, but I don't get him on the field, I guess. Defensively, all right. Rashawn Gary going bananas, like literally, like freaking out, because like that's what this team needs at this point. Don't give up. Don't give a crap who's that quarterback if you're Carrington Valentine. Yeah, just jump all the passes, because again, none of them are good. And no big plays from Jordan Addison either. You do not want him getting over the top on you. If he does, you're kind of screwed, because then you got to worry about JJ too. It's gonna be a complete mess at that point. Now let's wrap this thing up with the Vikings. Alright guys, wrapping up this NFL Week 17 Sunday preview with this Vikings offense and defense. First off, run the ball, because who the hell's going to throw the rock? Yeah, the Vikings offense, again, is completely mess at quarterback, so running the football is a good solution to that. Defensively, Danielle Hunter, Danielle as a one-man show, yeah, he's got to be awesome, guys. Like, Danielle Hunter, I'm not even kidding, like, he's got to be awesome. The secondary being disciplined on the short routes. Again, if they jump on those, that'll be big. But obviously, if they do it too much, they're gonna get burned. And make Jordan run around and make plays and stay alive in the race. Again, that's two things. But yeah, Jordan Love is gonna have to stay alive, like run not only for his life, but also stay alive in the playoff race. That's what this defense wants to do. So do it, guys. That's all I got for the Vikings, guys. That's all I got for the NFL Week 17 Sunday recap. If you've stuck preview, my bad. If you stuck around this long, well, you're a freaking legend. That is all I got for the Vikings, guys. Yeah, here was a highlight from a couple years ago. And yeah, see you, I guess, tomorrow. Oh, wait, yeah, see you tomorrow for the recap of this game. Oh, yeah, also go check out the what is called Monday Night Football Special Edition recap of last night. Well, that said, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, see you tomorrow.
Here's Peterson. Adrian Peterson down inside the 15-yard line. Adrian Peterson off tackle, and then he gets to the second level, and he sets up those blockers, and he's able to take it down the field, and the Vikings